All right, now this is one of the first recipes I take out when the weather gets a little cooler. Now I hear a rumor, because I work at a place with Pete, who lets us know that next week is supposed to be in the 80s, and I've already mentally moved on from the summer, so I'm a little mad about it because I love the comfort food recipes. But as soon as it starts turning cool outside, that is when I start busting out some comfort food like this. This is my Skillet Lasagna, very family friendly, one pot wonder. Let me tell you what's going on here. I cooked up a pound of Pelkin's Italian sausage. They have the bulk Italian sausage. We got that rolling here. And then I take it out. It doesn't, I've learned with Pelkin's, it doesn't create much grease at all, so I don't need to drain it. But if yours creates a lot of grease, just go ahead and drain some of that out and move the sausage out, because now it's time to get our aromatics. So I added a little stock market olive oil in there because it didn't leave me a lot to work with, that grease. And now I just do a half of an onion for this one. You don't need a lot. So I got half of an onion here, or one small one. And we're gonna get that in what's left of that grease and that little bit of stock market olive oil. This is one of those great recipes you can easily keep. Pantry staples, lasagna noodles. I always have onions around. I always have Italian sausage when it goes on sale. I always grab it and throw it in the freezer. It's just one of those great meats you can grab out in the morning and it's thawed by the time you get home from work. So this is one of those after work easy dinners. So we're gonna saute up these onions for just a moment. We're gonna get these nice and start to soften up, but of course we gotta get some garlic in here. I'll always let you know when you can use the jarlic. You can use the jarlic for this if it makes your life easier. It's fine. But Adam's Heirlooms was here this week. The garlic they left me, this monstrous, I forgot what it's called. It's like German big head garlic. I don't even know. It is heaven. I had one clove left, so I'm using it along with a couple normal garlics. That's not as much of a superstar as these are. This might take me a couple pounds here. This thing's like a pound on its own. Okay, there it goes. All right, now we'll do our normal little garlics. Now this one has a little green stem in the middle. Please, I'm just leaving it. Do not stress about the green stem. It's called the germ, and it's just a slightly bitter. If I were using this garlic for a raw application, like a vinaigrette or something, I would pull it, but you will never, ever be able to taste that teeny tiny germ in this, so I just leave it and make your life easy. When I was going to culinary school 20 years ago, it was very much a boys' world, and the girls always got stuck doing things like pulling out the germs of 100 garlic cloves if we were like catering an event or something. The guys got to be on the grill and the saute station, and every time I see a little garlic germ, I'm reminded of the hours I spent just pulling those out while the guys got to do the fun stuff. So as soon as I started my own business, I just got on the grill right away. All right, so I'm gonna mince up this garlic. It's an immense amount of garlic because of Adam's Heirlooms, and I'm here for it. But the jarlic is fine. You're trying to whip together a weeknight meal. Jarlic's fine with me. All right, so now my onions are softening up. Let's go ahead and get these in. Now, with this garlic, we're gonna add a little bit of seasoning here. I've got some Italian seasoning. I've also got some red pepper flakes. Add a little, start there, especially if you're making this for kids. But it's all adults here today, so we're gonna go spicy. I love a chili flake. It brings a beautiful warmth. What's great about chili flakes is they're warm. They add this beautiful warmth on the back of your palate that just, you know, cayenne pepper, people love cayenne pepper. There's no flavor to it, it's just heat. Whereas the chili flakes add such a beautiful depth. Love it. Okay, so now we've got our onions, garlic, our spices are starting to bloom up in here. Now what I wanna do is add a few things. I have a can of crushed tomatoes. I'm gonna add the whole, it's in one of those Big Daddy cans. We're gonna add the whole thing in. We're just making a fun little lasagna sauce. This is going to kind of mimic all the flavors of a lasagna. We're gonna add a can of tomato sauce as well. We're gonna add 2 cups of water and give that a good stir. And now this is the easy part here, is that we're gonna grab our lasagna noodles. We're gonna bring that up to a simmer. We're gonna grab our lasagna noodles. Now a box is a pound of lasagna noodles. You only need half. So just try and eyeball it. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just gonna eyeball half there. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna add a little salt and pep in here too. I'm being very brave in wearing a white shirt today with this red sauce that's bubbling up. Calm down, sauce. All right, now you're just gonna take your lasagna noodles, just break them in. Big chunks, small chunks, doesn't matter. You do not have to pre-cook them. They're gonna cook in that sauce. That's why we added that water in there. And it's easy. And then you're just gonna let this simmer. This is, like I said, I make this quite a bit. I think it's next week or maybe the week after on the show I'm making my pasta fagioli, which is this really beautiful soup. I made it for my family the other day, and both of my kids said they loved it as they spent a half hour picking out every white bean. What do I do with that? I can't even taste them. They're delicious, but they picked out, they had a little bowl between them, picked out every white bean and then claimed it as one of the best soups they've ever had. So I don't know what to tell you. When I make it on the show, I'm making it with the white beans. Please don't pick them out. All right, so just continue to break these in. You can also have your kids do this on the side if you want them to participate, which I always recommend. Trying to get them all in the kitchen. Give that a good stir. I have a couple of things on the side for you while I do this. I have some mozzarella from Simon's Specialty Cheese. They have that award-winning mozzarella. That's fantastic. I also grabbed some Parmesan from them while I was there, but you have to have the ricotta. So delicious. That's gonna give it that creamy texture, but we're gonna stir that in at the end of the recipe. So you're not gonna see the finished one right now at the very end of the show when I make my Italian salad. I will stir in the cheeses, fold in the cheese. Anybody get that reference, the fold in the cheese? No? If you know, you know. You know what I'm talking about. But at the end of the show, I'll stir in the cheeses, make Abby try it, see what she thinks. All right, so now, all I'm gonna do right now is give this a good stir, let this all cook together for about 12 to 15 minutes, and then once those noodles are tender, we're gonna stir in cheese and sausage, and your skillet lasagna is done. Quick weeknight meal, and delicious.